I'm Arthur Hale. I'm 75 years old, and I want to tell you something before time runs out. Not because I'm dying tomorrow, not because I'm sick, but because when you reach my age, you start realizing something most people never think about when they're young. Time moves faster than anyone expects. I've watched almost everyone I once knew disappear from this world. Childhood friends, neighbors, my brothers, my wife. Even some people who were younger than me. People who thought they had decades left. And the thing that haunts me most isn't death itself. It's watching people lose years, sometimes decades, simply because they didn't know something simple. Something I'm about to share with you right now. There are 7 ordinary foods that changed the course of my life. 7 foods that I believe kept my body strong and my mind clear longer than most people around me. Now, before you roll your eyes or think this is just another health lecture, let me tell you something important. This isn't about perfect genetics. This isn't about expensive doctors or miracle medications. In fact, if you looked at my family history, you would have expected me to die early. My father died at 59. My mother died at 61. Heart disease ran through my family like a curse that no one could escape. Growing up, I watched men in my family collapse suddenly. Heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, blood pressure so high their faces turned red just climbing the stairs. And when I turned 50, I began to see the same signs appearing in my own body. My doctor looked at my test results one afternoon, leaned back in his chair, said something that changed the way I saw my future. He said, "Arthur, if things continue like this, you'll be lucky to see 60. My cholesterol was dangerously high. My blood pressure was through the roof. I was constantly tired. My joints hurt. I woke up every morning feeling older than the day before. The doctor handed me a bottle of pills and told me I'd probably be taking medication for the rest of my life. And for a while, I believed him. I took the pills. I followed the routine. I trusted that medicine would fix everything. But something strange happened. Instead of feeling better, started feeling worse. I was exhausted all the time. My stomach constantly felt uneasy. I felt foggy, like my mind wasn't as sharp as it used to be. And one night I remember sitting at the kitchen table, staring at those pills and realizing something that changed everything. I had spent my entire life waiting for someone else to fix my health. The doctor, the medicine, the system. But I had never truly looked at the one place that controlled most of it. My own kitchen. So I made a decision that many people thought was strange. Instead of focusing on medication, I started paying attention to people who had already lived long, healthy lives. I started talking to older people in their 80s and 90s who were still walking, thinking clearly, and living independently. And I noticed something fascinating. They weren't eating the way most of us eat today. They weren't living on processed food, sugar, and convenience meals. Their diets were simple, repetitive, almost boring, but they were alive. And more importantly, they were healthy. So I began experimenting with my own food choices. Not drastic changes overnight, just small decisions. Simple habits repeated every day. And over time, those habits turned into a routine. A routine built around 7 foods that slowly changed the way my body felt. 7 foods that I still eat today at 75 years old. And looking back now, decades later, I truly believe those foods gave me years that many people around me never got. The first food sounds so simple that most people laugh when I tell them. Oatmeal, yes. Plain, simple oatmeal, not the sugary instant packets. Just old-fashioned oats, cooked slowly with water, maybe a little cinnamon, sometimes berries if I had them. When I started eating oatmeal every morning, my friends joked about it. They said I was eating like a farmer. But within 6 months, something incredible happened. My cholesterol dropped dramatically. So dramatically that my doctor thought I had started some new medication. When I told him the only change I had made was eating oatmeal every morning, he looked at me like he didn't believe it. But the science behind it is simple. Oats contain soluble fiber, a type of fiber that acts like a sponge in your bloodstream. It grabs onto bad cholesterol and helps remove it from your body before it can clog your arteries. And for more than 20 years now, almost every single morning of my life has started the same way. A warm bowl of oatmeal. It became more than breakfast. It became the foundation of my health,